Yahya Abdullahi representing the good people of Kebbi. Mr. President, I rise to align myself with all the presentations that have been made by my colleagues. And I also respect their candor and their indignation at what is happening in South Africa today. I also endorse the position, which I have seen with my own eyes, that has been adopted and expressed in this chamber by the distinguished Senator Babangida about the squalor and the lack of funding that is existing in our foreign missions all over the world. This is not what Nigeria represents. And I think the most important thing is to get our foreign affairs and its institutions in order. Mr. President, I am an old university teacher. We are some of the people who laid down our reputations and our lives in the struggle for the independence and anti-apartheid movement in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Angola, Mozambique, South Africa, Southwest Africa now, Namibia. I was also a member of the Nigerian National Committee Against Apartheid. We traveled as a delegation of the federal government all over the world, including the former Soviet Union, trying to get whatever assistance we can get for the ANC, for SWAPO, for MPLA, for Frelimo in Mozambique. Mr. President, what is happening today in South Africa should not be misconstrued or seen mainly from its outside appearance. What is happening today, at the risk of being unpopular here, is a coordinated effort to destabilize that country, to remove the African National Congress from power, first from the former white minority government with the aid of the United States of America, where former apartheid rulers have complained that they are being oppressed, forgetting the more than 100 years of oppression that they have meted to black South Africans. On the other side, there's a mobilization. Now on the black side, mainly from former President Zuma and the Inkatha, to delegitimize South African government with the support of other African countries. The position of those people who are now xenophobically attacking other Africans has a political purpose. And the purpose is to delegitimize the government, first from the right wing of the white South Africans and now coming from the black ones. This situation could be very, very dangerous for this country if we don't recognize the alliance that is coming to destroy the ruling party in South Africa. Therefore, we should trade, as much as we don't understand, we should trade with trepidation and very careful concentration about this conspiracy that is taking place in South Africa. Mr. Chairman, as much as I endorse the sentiments that have been expressed here, I think we should think this thing through very thoroughly so that appropriate action can be taken to support the government of South Africa against these countervailing forces that are trying to destroy and destabilize it. Thank you.
Well, before we go to the prayers, we need to reflect.
Mr. President, thank you. My name is Adam Saliu Shumale. I represent the great people of Edo North in Edo State. I rise to move the following comments by a South African minister to the effect that compensation will not be paid to those Nigerians whose properties were looted, shop burnt, and even life taken. But the government of Nigeria reciprocate by appropriating the profit accruing from South Africa shares in all South Africa companies in Nigeria, including their banks, IBCT, that the money be seized and used to pay Nigerians. Taking into account that this decision to give Nigerians June 30th as deadline was taken by a mob and respected by the government of South Africa. So we can't allow our people to come, we take taxpayers' money to pay compensation when South Africa investment and profit is being taken away. I urge that the profit be appropriated and use it to settle those who have been brutally destroyed, business burnt, life lost.
Thank you.
This does not require any further investigation because the facts are self-evident.
Thank you very much. Before we move ahead with his Asha prayer, let me just say one thing. Nobody is happy with what is going on in South Africa. The way those gangs of protesters, or whatever you want to call them, are going about doing what they are doing as we speak is not in line with civility. It's uncivilized. We see what is happening in America, but who is doing that? They call them ICE, a government body moving around to check illegal residents, getting them arrested, and so on and so forth. But now, gangs going around in the name of protesters, persecuting, intimidating people, killing people in the name of protest is not something that should be accepted. It's unacceptable. We cannot allow that. But then, we need to be very careful, as Senator Abdullahi has said, particularly because we lead in Africa. We set the pace. Whatever we need to do, we need to be very careful. Like what Senator Adam Oshobole said, sometimes we don't take things that I've said, on social media or whatever. We need to analyze what is always put out there. I saw what he's talking about. What the minister was saying was that those who live in shacks, illegal settlements, will not be paid anything because they were illegally occupying those areas. But those who have titles, nobody will take those titles away from them. Nobody will take those properties from them. I saw that minister, one female minister. Nobody will take those titles from them. Even if they have been displaced, those properties still belong to them. The titles are in their possession. But that's not an excuse. Why do you even allow them to be displaced in the first place? And what even Senator Yahya is talking about, the government should be bold enough to say, oh, we are being threatened by certain people who are conspiring to destabilize our nation. The president should come out to tell the world. So maybe they have a problem. They are brothers, we helped them before, we can still help them. Maybe we can, after the committee has done its work, maybe you find it necessary to advise the South African government, this is your problem. Come on and tell the world your problem. All right, so let's not put the cart before the horse. I beg you, the former chairman of APC, a respected elder statesman in this country, internationally renowned labor leader, please, let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's allow the committee to do its work. It's being headed by your colleague, your former governor, well experienced, and someone who has the pedigree to do this investigation. Under his, to chair the committee to do this investigation. Let's allow them to do that, and then we can move on. And Senator Yahya, please, can you, add additional prayer that the committee? Well, we don't need a prayer for that. It's their function, it's their committee work. So I beg you, I plead with you, based on your pedigree as a labor leader.
My consign is that this matter was exhaustively debated about a month ago. And this Senate, under your leadership, we took a decision that the issue be investigated by Foreign Affairs. You even suggested, your leadership, that we should send people to South Africa. So it doesn't mean that our decision must coincide with your opinion, with profound respect.
Okay, what we do,
You want
we
us
tell
to
the
be
committee,
careful until the people are killed.
Senator Shomole,
When
the
one man
committee.
monopolize madness, there can be no peace.
Okay, Chairman Committee on Foreign Affairs, you are given 2 weeks to submit your report so that we can take decisive action on this matter. Chairman, is there any member of Foreign Affairs Committee here? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
So 2 weeks. Chairman Foreign Affairs Committee. Mr. Chairman, Foreign Affairs Committee. Chairman Foreign Affairs. Chairman Foreign Affairs. Please, we would like you to table your report in respect to what is happening, the xenophobic attack against Nigerians and other nationals in South Africa. We would like to have that information so that we can take action on the matter. So we give you 2 weeks to submit your report. So thank you, Senator Shomole, for showing understanding. And let me commend everyone that contributed. And I want to tell you that it is known to all that the government of Nigeria is doing very well through the Minister of Foreign Affairs and also the Diaspora Commission to take care of those that have been affected by this heinous act by those who are perpetrated in South Africa. So the government of Nigeria is doing very well in this regard. Senator Dingi, as an opposition senator, said Nigerian government is not doing well on that. We are doing well. We are doing well. What you said is to add more, to give more attention to what is going on. But the government is doing very, very well. And I can assure you that they are always in touch with our citizens in South Africa on a daily basis. So thank you very much. And we hope the South African government will listen and try to look inwards on how to deal with this matter. Allowing thugs in the name of protest to harass, steal people's, loot people's property should not be allowed. And even some people are even talking about going to the International Court of Justice to seek redress. So they should be very careful. They were the ones that went to that court, to seek redress on behalf of the Palestinians. So it is going to be something that will surprise the world if nations begin to go to ICJ to seek redress for their nationals that have been killed, maimed in South Africa. They should look inwards to solve this problem. So thank you very much, and I commend Senator Asuko for bringing forward this motion. Thank you very much. Leader of the Senate.